Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chess Wise. Today we are at the next topic, that is test your calculating ability. We are going to look at a position which has all the features of middle game, but it's an end game position. White is trying to checkmate the black king and we have to calculate precisely. This example will be best suited for players those who are trying to look for force variations, long variations, and there will be many branches also. Means one line is very long and there are some lines which are long and there are again some variations. Typically good for 1800 plus players. These kind of positions help to improve our middle game also. So let's go into the position quickly and see it's white to play and win. White forces a win here. There are some very interesting lines, some waiting moves which give some unique features like typical endgame features. We put black in a zugzwang and all. So white has to start with the move qh7 check. It must be noted here, because if queen f5 check, then the black queen gets to enter into the play and after this it's not possible to win. So first the white queen gives check in such a way that it sidesteps any ideas for black to interfere with his queen. So qh7 check forced. And now we see that lines, how they are becoming forced. See, kg5 instantly loses to bishop e7, queen is lost. So first move kg4 is forced, but here on things are not at all easy. Again see, white uses the move qe4 check, not allowing qg5, which would happen to qg6 check. Again see the line, if king g5, then bishop e7 check and the queen is lost. So king has to choose between h5, g3 and h3. These two are the main variations here. G3 and H3 both are met by Queen F3 and King H5 is one of the main variations. Let's look at King H5 first. Now it looks as if white is unable to force things. QH7 would transpose after KG4. Queen F5 check allows QG5. So here white has the first waiting move, Bishop E7. This makes the line very critical. See the problems for the black queen here. White is trying to use the idea queen f5 check, king h6 and bishop f8, putting a mating pattern. To stop this idea, black has to play the move queen e8. The queen tries to pin the bishop. See, after queen f5 check, king h6, the bishop cannot move. So this is the only move and also he intends to go or threaten qb5 check. So white now starts with forced moves once again. qh7 check, kg4, queen h4 check, king f5. See how he is forcing the black king in the middle and he will use the relation of the king and the queen here. Queen check from f6. Now the move ke4 is forced because after kg4 white uses another mating pattern. See, queen f3 checkmate. After ke4 comes queen e6 check, king d4 forced, and now comes bishop f6 check. We see that the black queen is lost and soon black king will get mated as well. So this leaves us with the only other line, queen a5, which intends to stop the check from f5. But here now white again goes back, qh7 check, kg4, queen h4 check. In this case, he can win the queen with king f5, queen g5, queen takes a5. But also there is the very strong qg6 check which leads to mate. Let's see how. King h3 forced and now comes qd3 check. Again using the same pattern, kg4 then queen f3 mates. So this forces the king to come down. After kg2 comes queen f3 check. We see that now the black king is caught in the mating net. kg1, queen f1 check, king h2 and the bishop comes from the other diagonal. These mating patterns are very useful in an open board. Now queen e5 is met by bishop e5 checkmate. So this completes the analysis of the line king h5. Now let's go to the move king g3. King g3 and h3 both are met the same way with the move queen f3 check. King h4 is necessary. After the move king h2, this is another very difficult and tricky move to find. Here comes the move king f1. See, once again in a fourth series of move, we are getting a slow waiting move. See the threat. Simple QG2 met. If the queen goes away, then bishop d6 check. So for instance, QD2 trying to stop G2, then comes bishop d6 check, QD6, QG2 met. If any move like QG5, then also directly BD6 check, QG3, QG3 or QG2 checkmates. So the position is indeed very tricky. There are a lot of variations and that makes it quite difficult. King H4 and now comes Queen F4 check. Again two lines, both almost transpose into each other. After King H5, Queen F7 check and we reach the desired position quickly. After King H3 also we can reach the desired position quickly. Just the move order would be different. Queen E3 check is necessary. Now Kg2 again allows same. Queen F3 check, Kh2, King F1. So King moves to G4. Queen E6 check and now we will see by force the Queen will again occupy the F7 square. Because now King H5 is forced. Kg3 loses to BD6, Kh4, BE7 check. And after King H5, Queen F7, we have the same position which we will have in the variation Queen F4, Kh5, Queen F7. So exactly this same position reached in both the lines. Only here Queen E3 was the extra move. Queen E3 and Queen E6 check. So now we get back to the main position. King G4 forced, King H4 and G5 allow, BE7 check. And now comes the move BE7. This happens to be one of the most important lines. So Queen A8 stopping Queen F3 mate. This was the only move you can see. But now white will use the net. QG6 check. All the moves are forced. King H3, Queen H5 check. Kg3 would allow BD6 check. So Kg2, Queen G4 check. Again Kh2 is met by BD6. So King H1, but King H1 loses to QH3 check, Kg1, Bishop C5 checkmate. After Kh2 also BD6 check, King H1, Queen H3 check, Kg1, QH2 and QF1 both are checkmates. So with this we complete all the variations. Of course the position was a bit lengthy and there were lot of variations to look for, but this was the purpose. These kind of positions we should try to set, give ourselves around 15 to 20 minutes, try to calculate all the variations we can and then check with this analysis. I hope you are finding these lessons useful and instructive. Do let me know in the comments below. Thanks for your time.